What is up, everybody? It's your boy Joey Work, and I'm back. Gonna go through my entire best bets leans and go through the entire card for tomorrow. That is Thursday, August 19th. I'll give you every play, my leans, best bets, whatnot for tomorrow's whole entire MLB card. But my free play yesterday on this channel was a winner, even though Mike Volkolnevich, he didn't blow up, but he did allow first inning 2-run bomb to Kyle Seager. Marco Gonzalez did the rest, limiting the Rangers to 0 runs through 5. And Seattle cashed the first 5, laid the half run. Minus 115 was a winner. So that makes my YouTube best bets record 46, 31, and 4. But we're on to tomorrow. Slow and steady wins the race, and we're grinding. So appreciate everybody in the chat here. B-Rad Malibu, thank you for another winner. Mariners first 5. Appreciate you, B-Rad. Kyle Alexander, thanks for the winner. Keep rolling. Ray, my guy Ray, work works. Leroy Flood, Joey, my man. Jan Marion, Don Yeezy, Joey Goat. Appreciate you all already in the chat. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Hit the like button. I don't last for much, But let's just get right into this card, No fooling around here. Get right to it. So first game, I think there's a 7-game slate tomorrow. 3, 6, 9, 10-game slate tomorrow. First game, 1:10 Eastern time. LA Angels, Detroit Tigers. I'm seeing Jose Quintana versus Matt Manning. And if that is the case, I do expect runs. Quintana has pitched out of the bullpen almost entirely this year. He has a 7.22 ERA through 9 starts before they moved him to the bullpen. So clearly he hasn't been good as a starter. So they thought they were better suited in the bullpen. Now they're bringing him back to the starter because his team has no arms. We just seen they just had the draft. They didn't draft the position player. All 22 rounds of the draft, they drafted every single player they drafted was a pitcher. Clearly they're trying to go after that, and I mean it's definitely a problem. So it's looking like, Quintana's pitching. He hasn't pitched more than 2 innings all year. Sometimes out of the bullpen, sometimes starts. He's got a 6 ERA. I don't really expect big things from him, that's for sure. He's seen, this Tigers team's seen a lot of them, 100 at-bats versus them, 325 weighted on base percentage, 400 slugging percentage, so pretty good numbers. And then we got Matt Manning on the other side, someone I'm not very scared of. He doesn't have an overpowering fastball. He has got hit hard thus far this year. Pretty sure he had like 1 or 2 good starts. Otherwise, man, this guy just gives up runs every single start. His last start, 3 earned through 6. Not terrible start. Before that, he had 10 hits through 4, 6 earned. So he gives up a lot of hits, barely strikes anybody out, susceptible to the homer. Just not somebody I'm really interested in backing. He gave a 3, 6, 5, 4 his last 4 starts. Now he's getting, an Angels team. Obviously not one of the better offenses in the league, but they could be, pesky. And I expect them to come and play tomorrow. So do we have any lines on this game? Yeah, I'm seeing Detroit plus 105 to honestly minus 105 in places. So that line is all over the place. And the under-over is set at 9. So I am interested in the over. Maybe the first 5 over. I'm not totally against. No official play here. But those are my leans for that game. Next game I got is Baltimore Orioles versus Tampa Bay Rays. Jorge Lopez, Shane McClanahan. So this Orioles team just can't. The Rays just keep feasting on the Orioles, and it's really not fair. I mean, everyone's so hot. Everyone's so high in the Rays because they beat up on the Orioles. I mean, everybody beats up on the Orioles, and they're not prior to today, they hadn't really beat up on the Orioles starters. They really just beat up on the bullpen, and everybody beats up on the damn bullpen as well. So, it is what it is. I'm not very high in the Rays. I told you guys this guy's multiple times. I'm not as high in the Rays as many teams. I think this team's going to obviously make the playoffs. They're good, make the playoffs, but I think they'll be one and done in the playoffs. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm just not very, I need them to play a better team than here. Obviously, they get Jorge Lopez, who has good stuff. He throws very hard. He has a lot of trouble locating the zone. He walks too many people, and that leads to either a long fly because he plays in his home park is definitely a hitter-friendly park, or he gets unlucky. But he's seen this, his Rays team. This Rays team's definitely better versus righties. Jorge is a righty. Seen this Rays team almost 100 at bats, striking them out 20% of the time. They have 380 weighted on base percentage, 500 slugging. So the Rays team definitely has good numbers versus him. And McClanahan, this is his rookie year for Shane. So the Orioles haven't seen much of him, but the Orioles are definitely better versus lefties. They're fifth in runs scored versus lefties, top 5 in batting average and on base percentage versus lefties. So this team is, sneaky good versus lefties. Obviously, we're in a pitcher friendly park in Tampa, in the Dome, Tropicana Field. Hard to hit one out of there, but I do expect some runs. Not a big enough lean to bet it. That's for damn sure. I'm not seeing a line on this game yet, so nothing official from me here. Once I get a line, I can reevaluate and possibly make a move. Jacqueline Martin in the chat. Appreciate you, Jacqueline. Hope all is well with you. Hugs for you, of course. Thanks for the hug. RJ Gary Gooch. Definitely said that wrong. My bad, RJ. What is up to you as well, pal? All right. So next game we got is Seattle, Texas. This is a game I went after today. Seattle. Tomorrow will I do it? Probably not. But we got Flexen versus Mr. Howard. The ex-Philly is pitching for Spencer Howard, pitching for Texas versus Chris Flexen. Flexen has been really good since coming over from the KBO. Obviously, he doesn't have really overpowering stuff, but he mixes up, keeps people off speed, and gets them to swing at his pitches, which he's really good at. And, this Texas team, I'm not afraid of this Texas team. I don't care if it's versus a lefty or righty. Obviously, I prefer it versus a lefty because they cannot hit lefties. Neither of these teams can hit lefties. But this is a righty-on-righty matchup here. And, maybe we see some runs. Spencer Howard, he hasn't pitched deep into games at all. I think he's only pitched 3 or 4 innings the most. 3 innings is the most he's pitched. He pitched 1 game in the four full innings. That was back on May 27th, so I don't expect that again. He did pitch against the Seattle team last time out, 3 innings, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. So with that said, they just seen him twice. I think they probably see, they probably got good tape on him now. I think they will score off him. And as for Flexen, did he pitch against this Texas team last time out? He probably did, because these two teams have been playing each other. He actually didn't. So he only pitched versus Texas 1 time all year, July 4th at home, 6 innings, 4 hit ball, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts. So he pitched really good. And, he struggled. I mean, not fully struggled, but has stuttered as of late. 1 bad start in there versus Houston, but that's, give or take. He pitched good against the Yankees, good against Tampa, good against Toronto. And now he gets somewhat of a cakewalk compared to those teams, and the Texas Rangers team, who's one of the worst offensive teams in baseball. So I may go right back to this Seattle first 5 here. Maybe even Seattle. Seattle is on the road. I know their offense is nothing crazy, but Texas bullpen not very good either. Let me pull up my bullpen stats here. Texas bullpen's middle of the pack compared to my numbers, so nothing crazy, nothing terrible. But with that said, I'll probably just stay with the first 5. I don't want to, get the volatility of the bullpen. So a play of mine will be Seattle Mariners first 5, lay the half run again. You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we're going to stay with that one. Next game I got is Oakland White Sox. Pretty interesting game. I'm pretty sure Lance Lynn got tossed today. I don't know if he's got caught with sticky stuff. Someone said he threw his belt back on because he never went up to the umpire after to check the sticky stuff, so he got pissed off and threw it, and he got tossed. I'm not exactly sure why he got tossed, but he did get tossed in the 4th inning for some reason. And the White Sox did smash Oakland last night. I think it's a 2-1 game right now. This is a big series for Oakland, because Houston keeps losing and Oakland's not picking up any games because they haven't been winning either. So Cole Irvin, the lefty, going against the White Sox, and we know how good these White Sox are versus lefties. Obviously, this year not as good as last year, but the numbers say otherwise. The numbers show that this team, they barely lose versus lefties. Their number, I don't have it off the top of my head, but it's like last 20 games, 18-2 or something. They've been really, really good versus lefties. And, Cole Irvin, not a guy that I would bet, not a guy I would bet on against this team that smacks lefties. Finally, somewhat healthy. Eloy Jimenez in there. Cesar Hernandez, who they acquired from the Indians, in there as well. Makata's healthy. This team, Luis Roberts back in there. This team is good. Good. Very, very good. So with that said, Dylan Cease going for the White Sox. And I definitely expect Oakland to get some runs off of him too. This is another guy, someone like Jorge Lopez, throws really, really hard, but at times has problems finding the zone, and he walks people, But, his strikeout upside out through the roof, that's for damn sure. So I'm somewhat interested in, his strikeout prop because with that said, with what I said about Lance Lynn happening earlier, I would expect them to try to get as many innings out of Dylan Cease as they can here. So I do kind of like his strikeout prop. This will be his first time versus Oakland team all year as well, I want to say. Yeah, it is a first time versus Oakland team as well. And then in his career, in the careers only, there basically no BVP for either of these pitchers. So with that said, I probably won't pick a side. I lean towards the White Sox. Do we have a line in this game? We do. White Sox minus 135. So I definitely lean towards the White Sox. Do I want to keep it first five? Probably not, because their bullpen is definitely superior to the two bullpens. But with that said, as I mentioned, their bullpen is going to be used a lot tonight. So I'm interested in Dylan Cease's strikeout prop. If we get that at 5.5, I would be very interested in that. And that will be a play of mine. If that's at 5.5, that will be a play of mine. 6.5 is where I get iffy. And that's probably where it'll be, 6.5. So you have to be a Run Pure Bet subscriber to know if I actually do make a move on that or not. With that said, on to the next game. Houston versus Kansas City. Mike Minor versus Luis Garcia. Houston minus 175 to 180 favorites. Under over set at 9. And we got Mr. Minor. Mike Minor and Lance Lynn are like, the vet that you want on your team. They just eat up innings no matter what. How bad, how good they are. The guys just eat innings. There was some stat like these two guys, the only ones that pitched over a certain amount of innings for 5 years straight, and over, I want to say 150 innings for 5 years straight or something. And that's going to happen again here because he's got 136 innings already, and he's definitely got a couple more games, a couple more starts here. Obviously, his ERA in the 5s, nothing special. So that's a little bit scary. But this Kansas City team has been battling with this Toronto team in this series for sure. And this Kansas City team has sneakily been battling all year, especially as of late. This is a team, built with some veterans on the team. So they're not going to give up. They're not going to, give away games. And this will be his first time versus Houston lineup. Obviously, Houston, very good versus lefties. And this guy's very susceptible to the home run balls. He gave up 2 home runs each of his last 3 starts. Obviously, strikeout numbers are up there as well. Barely walks anybody, but the long ball has been a problem. And I wouldn't be surprised if a couple Houston bats go long off him. With that said, Luis Garcia has been really good all year. I think he is a rookie this year. It's either his first year or second year. They didn't count last year as a rookie year. Yeah, this is essentially his rookie year, and this guy has been really, really good. His last, he had maybe 2 bad starts as of late. Versus San Fran, on the road in San Fran, on the road in Seattle. Otherwise, the guy has only allowed more than 2 runs once all year, and or once in the last 2 months. He's allowed 3 runs on 2 other starts. So he only allowed over 3 runs once all year. And that's pretty damn impressive for a rookie, essentially a rookie. And the guy gives 4, 5, 6 innings every start out there. So, that's really key hog in this Houston rotation that they really needed. With that said, Kansas City Royals haven't seen any of them. So this is an Astros or stay away from me game. If Kansas City wins tonight, that is kind of pushing me more on towards the Astros. But again, I'm not going to lay the run in a half. Probably not. Even though they're on the road, I probably won't lay the run in a half. I'll just take Houston first 5, lay a half run, because they do have good VVP versus Mr. Minor too. 122 at bats, batting .363, x-weighted on base percentage, 500 slugging. So, they do have good numbers versus him. So that will be definitely a lean of mine. Nothing official as of right now. Next game we got is Phillies versus Diamondbacks. Zach Wheeler, Madison Bumgarner, looking like the Phillies minus 195, minus 200 spots. Under over set at 8.5. Mad Bum, man. He has pitched really good as of late. And the Phillies team, somewhat struggling on the offensive end. They have been getting good starting pitching from their guys. And that's what's really keeping them in it, because we know how bad their bullpen is. Their bullpen's got to be one of the worst in the league, if not the worst. Definitely the worst of the good teams, quote unquote, if you want to go that way. Excuse me. But since coming back from being hurt, Bumgarner has been phenomenal. He went 6 2/3 last time out versus San Diego. Allowed 2 earned runs. Time before that, he pitched against San Diego again, 7 innings, 2 earned. Versus San Fran. Time before that, 7-1. Texas 7-0. Pittsburgh. So Chicago. So definitely pitched easier of the two since coming back. But these, obviously this is a tougher team that he's facing off here, and the Phillies. But the Phillies not great versus lefties. They're about middle of the pack, 16th in runs scored, slugging percentage, middle of the pack, on base percentage, same, yeah. So everything's Phillies actually 5th in on base percentage versus lefties, so they're getting on base. They just aren't scoring the runs. Versus Bumgarner, I definitely expect them to score some runs. And Zach Wheeler is essentially the leader, if you can say, for NL Cy Young. I mean, I think he is the leader. He's 10-7. Obviously, the Phillies give him not enough run support. But with that said, the guy is killing it, really killing it. Strikeouts are up, striking out almost over a guy per inning, barely walking anybody, and he's just going out there every 5 days and dealing. That's what you need. He's eating up innings. So this is his, I want to say, did he pitch against Arizona? I don't think he did. This is either his first or second time versus Arizona this year. I'm pretty sure this is his first time against Arizona this year. And even the sample size is small that I wouldn't even count it BVP style before this year. But with that said, Arizona, obviously their bats have slowly woken up as of late. This is a sneaky team that the lineup, when you look at the lineup by the eye test, it's really not terrible. I kind of, this is a sneaky team that I'll probably back moving forward on some team totals. They still got David Peralta, Kento Marte, Carson Kelly, Pavin Smith, Josh Rojas smacking the ball. He is hot as hot can be. But with that said, I watched the game last night. I want to say Kento Marte hit a weak ball that if he ran as hard as he could, he beat it out. It was actually an error on the play, so he still beat it out. But this is how I know. They showed the replay, and they're like, he didn't even run the whole time. Like, he's not, as long as, I guess, there's no motivation for them right now. This team has 39 wins, 39-81. They ain't making the playoffs. They're fighting for, not to come in last place. And that's not enough motivation for some of these guys. So the motivation factor is somewhat scary. But with that said, this team is not terrible. They got some names in the lineup, and to the eye test, I kind of like it. But with that said, it's Phillies are pass, but at -200, I really want no part of it, so it's probably going to be a pass for me. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Look at this. Wow. Jacqueline Martin, you dress very jazzy. I love the hat and your color coordinated. Thank you. Gary, my guy, giving out winners. White Sox play like shit. Zach Wilson, yeah, I didn't bet the White Sox, but good luck, buddy. Gas station sushi, dog days of summer. Joey grinding out the winners. That's right, buddy. Blackburn dominating. Yeah, thanks, Zach. B-Rad Malibu said smash the like button. Yep, I don't ask for much. A like would go a long way. I don't ask for much. With that said, let's go to the next game. What do we got here? Next game, we got Yankees versus Minnesota Twins. The Twins traveling to Yankee Stadium. And the newly acquired John Gant on the hill versus Jameson Taillon. Jameson, I mean, this guy won AL Player of the Month last month. The guy has been absolutely phenomenal as of late. And guess what? He gets a Twins team, out of the playoffs, but this team's still playing hard. Don't get me wrong. This team's playing hard. They still have, their lineup's not terrible. And they're going to want to come in here and win in Yankee Stadium. It's just, do they do it? The Yankees have been really hot. Best team since the All-Star break. Best record since the All-Star break. They won again. I want to say they won. I'm not sure if the game's over yet or not, but I want to say they're going to win again tonight. They just swept Boston. They're staying home, not moving anywhere. They get John Gant versus arguably their best starter. I'm going to be on the Yankees here. More than likely, it's going to be the Yankees' first 5 because home team. I don't want to lay a run and a half with the home team, but John Gant is not good. I faded him when he was on St. Louis. Then he got traded for J.A. Happ, or a bum for a bum. But I guess J.A. Happ's a little better. But with that said, man, John Gant versus this Yankees team that is now healthy. We got Anthony Rizzo's back in that lineup today. Gary Sanchez got activated in the lineup today. And, man, Gant basically he's pitched out of the pen his last couple games. 2 innings, 1 inning. He hasn't pitched more than 2 innings. Shoo! He hasn't pitched more than 2 innings since he was June 17th, which is a long time ago. And this guy, he freaking works himself out of jams and whatnot, but it ain't happening tomorrow. If it's a bullpen game for Minnesota's bullpen's not very good either. So if we get a full bullpen game, maybe interested in Yankees team total, depending on what the number is there. This line is not out yet. I'd expect the Yankees to be a heavy favorite, probably minus 200. I wouldn't be surprised minus 200 favorite here. With that said, Minnesota, I got middle of the pack for the bullpens, but I actually think, past those numbers, I've watched them and the eye test, I think they're actually worse than those numbers. So I am quite interested in the Yankees tomorrow. Obviously, no betting line out, so I can't give an official play, but more than likely it'll be first 5 or the team total. I'll do some more homework and then we'll go from there. But if you're a Rump Your Best subscriber, you will know, obviously, I'll tag you guys and put it on the spreadsheet. You'll know my official plays. Okay, on to the next team. Miami Marlins versus Cincinnati Reds. The Reds just lost 2 of 3 to the Cubs. Now travel home, or they're staying home, and they get Miami to travel in. No off day for Miami as they played today against Atlanta. Atlanta spanked them up a little bit. Scored, their starter had a lot of trouble. So they saw Miami use a lot of bullpen arms. So I expect Zach Thompson to pitch as long as he can, With that said, how long is it? I don't know. Luis Castillo has definitely pitched better as of late, and he is in his home park, which he definitely pitches better on the road because that is the Great American Small Park, and there's really no BVP for either team here. The Reds need to win really bad. I'm pretty sure they were 2.5 games out of the wild card behind the Padres going into tonight. Padres might have off tonight. Yeah, the Padres have off tonight. And the Reds did lose. So this is a big series for the Reds, especially versus a lowly Marlins team that they really got to win. So with that said, I'm kind of interested in the Reds. I'm not seeing any line here either. No line, no under, over, anything here. Let me just refresh, make sure it didn't come in while I was talking to you guys. No, I got nothing. All right, so there's no line there again, but I'm somewhat interested in Luis Castillo and the Reds. Essentially, the Reds bullpen's not very good either, but I do expect Castillo to go deep. I expect Zach Thompson to go deep as well, being that Miami used a lot of arms out of the pen today. So with that said, Cincinnati will probably be a heavy favorite, so I'll probably be off, but maybe lean the first 5 there. Next game I have is Milwaukee St. Louis. Brandon Woodruff versus John Lester. Milwaukee open minus 180. Now they're bet all the way up to minus 200, minus 210 in places. Under over set at 7.5 or 8, depending on your book. Woodruff versus Lester. Lester sucks. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, he's in a pitcher-friendly ballpark in St. Louis, but I think he pitched pretty good his last start out. Yeah, 5 2/3, 1 earned. But the start before that, 5 innings, 5 earned. Start before that, 5 innings, 6 earned. Before that, 5 innings, 3 earned. So, his strikeout stuff's basically gone. He doesn't have anything overpowering. He's got to work all around there. So if you're patient, you could work out some walks here and get, he gives up a lot of hits. So I definitely expect hits. I definitely expect base runners from Milwaukee. And this Milwaukee team has been hot, man. They have been hot. They definitely have the better bullpen of the two as well. As their bullpen has been really good. And according to my numbers, St. Louis is actually the worst bullpen in baseball. And St. Louis I'm pretty sure they had a good amount of arms pitched out of the pen today as well. So with that said, I'm definitely interested in Milwaukee. This team is on the road, obviously minus 200 favorite. I'm not really interested in that. You lay the half run, you get it down to minus 140. I'm not really interested in that either. Maybe you lay the run and a half with Milwaukee. The run line with Milwaukee, you probably get it about to even money, I would say. Let me check this real fast. Run and a half, minus 120. Wow. 1.5. You lay the 1.5, you're still minus 120. So Milwaukee team total over. I'm not totally against because Woodruff is really good. Do I think the Cardinals offense has definitely stuttered? And We saw Cy Burns shut him down yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised. Brendan Woodruff goes in there and shuts him down again tomorrow. But with that said, nothing official yet. I'm interested in Milwaukee team total or the laying the 1.5. Okay, on to the last game is New York Mets, LA Dodgers, Tijuana Walker versus Walker Buehler. I do not have a line out on this game either for some reason. I guess I am doing this, probably a half hour earlier than I normally start the show. But I do have to be up early for work tomorrow, so I was figuring grind this thing out for you people. Rather grind it out now than not do it. So we're here. But Tijuana Walker, he pitched really good his last start out against the Dodgers. Now he gets to face them again. I don't think that's going to be good, especially because his previous starts before that, he pitched really bad. He gave up 18 runs in his 4 starts before that last one. And if you even go back another start, it was 23 in 5 starts. He gave up 23 earned runs, pitching like 4 or 5 innings at the most. He's had some trouble issuing free passes as well, and he's been very susceptible to the long ball. He's given up 11 home runs his last 5 starts. So not very good. Now he gets a Dodgers team. We just saw him. Man, that's a recipe for disaster. And this Mets team struggling a lot to score. I know they scored 6 runs today. I think it was 1 run going into the 9th, and they scored the rest of the runs in extra innings. So, this team is definitely struggling to score. Walker Buehler, arguably the best starter for the Dodgers on the hill as well. So, this is a scary one. I expect, the Dodgers be another $2 favorite. And the Dodgers bats have been somewhat missing as well, especially in this Pirates series. The Pirates have kept every game close thus far. I don't know about tonight, but the first 2 games they've kept close thus far. And I somewhat expect the same thing here. Maybe Tijuana Walker gets blown up, maybe not. But Walker Buehler, what you're going to get from him? About 6 innings, 7 innings, 1 earned. If that, he hasn't given up more than 1 earned since July 17th, where he gave up 2 earned. So this guy, is very reliable. 2 ERA this year. I mean, you can't even make that up. 154 innings. He has a 2.09 ERA, 0.94 whip, striking out over a batter per inning. So this guy is very, very good. And obviously, as I said, struggling Mets offense here. So it is Dodgers or pass. More than likely, it's going to be too juicy for my blood, so it will be a pass. Steve-O, Yanks minus 275. Holy hell. I am not interested in that. 275. Why do they keep doing this shit? Like, you never see a guy minus 300. Now my team minus 300. Now you see it all the time. Minus 300. Oof. Ray, my guy, Ray. Dodgers up 3-0 already. Yeah, you love to see it. But that's what I got for you guys today. Not many lines out, so I can't exactly give you all official plays, not official plays. But a couple games I'm interested in. Run Pure Bet subscribers want to sign up, runpurebets.com. Enter promo code BETS25 off to get 25% off your first month. And you could join the fun and get my picks every single day. But that, only official play will be Seattle Mariners first 5 minus a half. Let me just check real fast what's the best line I could get that at, or a line for you guys to even shop around and look at. So what do we got here? Mariners minus 160 on the money line. So it's got to be somewhat. Yeah, there you go. Minus 115. All right. Seattle Mariners minus 115 again. First 5, lay the half run. That'll be official play. I will add on for Run Pure Bet subscribers. Just not many lines out right now for me to make any more official on this YouTube play. So I appreciate you all for hanging out. Hit the like button. I'll be back Sunday with JJ and Holden, going through the entire MLB card, and then back again Tuesday and Wednesday, doing the same thing, Knuckleheads, next week. Appreciate you all tuning in. Hit the like button on the way out. Bet responsibly, be responsible with all your wagers. Good luck. Joey works.